Jason Voorhees, a man that's been dead so many times and came back that even Jesus Christ himself is jealous. As we then see Jason roaming the vast emptiness of what appears to be a desert, he then comes across a man hanging from a cross. Jason looks up at the man and groans as he marches past the crucifixion. Shortly before, the bagged corpse on his cross spins his head around and turns and tells him not to forsake him, damn it. But Jason just turns back in confusion. The corpse then falls off the cross into the sand and stands up, asking for Jason to honor him as the Dream Master. Jason shrugs him off, turning to keep walking. The bagged corpse says, "Look at you." The bagged corpse then looks at you, the audience, directly. Yes, you, my friend. And says, "Oh, a just God can't always be a kind one." As Freddy bursts out of the corpse and begins attacking Jason. However, Jason defends himself, gets one good slash in on Freddy. And shortly before, Freddy fixes himself up and says, "Ooh, that's gotta hurt." As Jason then realizes he's now the one bleeding, not Freddy. However, a short child figure crawls on Freddy's back and stabs Freddy in the eye. Freddy reels back in pain as the child figure hops off, and all we find is a doll named Chucky. Chucky thanks Jason for cutting him and letting him out of there. He had captured him and a few other guys who fell asleep or died. He consumed their souls in an attempt to have full reign over the real world due to how dark each individual soul is, but together he'd be unstoppable. Freddy then gets up and turns and tells Chucky,
"Oh, you had to ruin all the fun. There's no way you can escape my dream realm. This is where I reign supreme, but soon I'll be able to go global."
Chucky and Jason then notice two other corpses on the crosses beside them, asking who the hell are they. Jason then says,
"I'm glad you asked."
As Freddy then twitches his finger and the corpses arise and we see them fall off in a similar fashion as Freddy, and we see them as Michael Myers and Leatherface. Freddy says he was waiting to absorb their souls since they're real men. An obvious insult to Chucky. Chucky takes offense and gets his knife out ready to fight, as Jason then picks him up and throws him at Michael Myers, which knocks Michael back as Jason and Leatherface clash chainsaws and machete to each other, getting into an intense duel. Freddy is laughing all the while watching. So then Michael Myers, in a surprise turn of events, grabs Freddy from behind and throws him back. Freddy is dumbfounded as he thought he killed Michael in the real world as well as the dream. Oh well, it's now a complete free-for-all in battle. Michael and Freddy fight until Freddy takes them to the old boiler room he trapped so many victims in so long ago and murdered there. Meanwhile, Jason and Leatherface resume their duel as Chucky stabs in Jason's arm. Chucky remarks, "Try to throw me again, you cheeky dullard." So Jason uses his other hand to grab Chucky. He throws him under his shoe, and then Jason stomps on Chucky's head for more leverage as he cuts into Leatherface's chest. Jason then slashes more on his chest shortly before Leatherface cuts off one of Jason's elbows, temporarily dropping his machete. So Jason uses his blunt force to tackle Leatherface, which has them end up in a manifestation of Slaughterhouse on the shore of Camp Crystal Lake, kind of like a merger. Jason and Leatherface land smack dab in the middle of the house shortly before the manifestations of Leatherface's family start attacking Jason, giving Leatherface the upper hand. Meanwhile, Michael Myers grabs Freddy's face and smashes it against the boiler in his dream. Michael then rips and tears at Freddy's throat and eventually stabs a pole of a boiler right through Freddy's chest. Freddy laughs it off, claiming,
"This isn't the only time he's been penetrated,"
before getting up and the boiler pipe still poking through his body. Shortly before, Freddy leaps in and jumps on Michael Myers, impaling them both. Freddy is confident he'll die this time, but Michael coughs up blood and stabs Freddy through the bottom of his head to the top of it, even mushing around up there. But Freddy, instead of having the normal reaction of falling back and healing, Freddy just lets his own brain and guts and blood shower over them, and an undeniable frown creeps across his face. Freddy then stabs through Michael's own eye, watching him bleed out and grunt as Freddy then slashes and hacks Michael until he's in a million pieces. Freddy comments to himself,
It would have been so much simpler if I just killed Chucky, Leatherface, and Michael before Jason got here. But no, I had to kill them all at the same time.
Freddy then hears a voice ask him, "Are you afraid?" But as quickly as Freddy turns around to question what's going on, it's gone. Freddy then travels deeper into his own boiler as if he was being led into another dream by someone else. Eventually, we pan over to Jason versus Leatherface and his family, to which Jason is crushing each and every one of them with his bare hands until he eventually stomps on the last one's head. However, in the ensuing chaos, Leatherface had hurt his legs bad, which gave Jason ample opportunity to grab Leatherface's own chainsaw and run it through his skull, quickly killing him in a very brutal fashion. Shortly before, Jason then wanders out to Camp Crystal Lake, begins walking the shoreline in search of his mother, Pamela Voorhees. However, a yellow-eyed being is under the water and waits for Jason. Shortly before, Jason wanders out to Camp Crystal Lake and begins walking the shoreline in search of his mother, Pamela Voorhees. However, a yellow-eyed being is under the water and waits for Jason to get close enough, using the manifestation of Pamela Voorhees. We then see a yellow-eyed creature snap Jason off the shoreline before dropping Jason off in the underground cave manifestation. Freddy is there and believes Jason is the one responsible for all this, as Jason now, with both hands courtesy of the entity, looks on at Freddy in confused grunt. Freddy calls him a liar and dashes in to claw at his eyes. Jason then stabs Freddy in the guts, shortly before charging and impaling him on a sharp-sharded rock. However, Freddy just gets up and continues fighting, as he's spinning and hitting and clawing and morphs his face into Pamela Voorhees to mock Jason further, but Jason just slashes Freddy's face open shortly before, grabbing Freddy's clawed hand and ripping it off, arm and all. Freddy then questions how this is a possibility. As Jason goes to beat Freddy with his own torn off arm, Freddy counters with a regrown arm that Jason had previously took off, and stops it shortly before stringing up Jason like a puppet and smashing and thrashing him all around the cave, shortly before dropping him towards the middle, then scraping him across the ground. As the yellow-eyed entity starts to manifest behind them both, with neither noticing, Freddy finds Jason in the mulch he created by being drugged through by Freddy. Jason's body is skinned and his mask barely on, with most of his face being shown, his clothes torn completely off, and him all pink and fleshy shortly before falling apart. Freddy pokes his claw into his slowly decaying mind through his eye as he takes out his eyes with his claws and shows them to Jason, as Freddy says,
"See where your defiance gets you up at the end? Oh wait, you can't."
Shortly before being cut off by Jason, still trying to grab his shirt, Freddy leans down and tells him that the shtick with never giving up is getting old. He slices through his neck completely as his head rolls off his shoulders. Freddy reels his foot up and stomps on Jason's head, turning it to mush. After realizing he can't manipulate the dream world like before, he then notices the yellow-eyed entity's appearance behind him. It's revealed the Deadites. It's the Deadites in the form of Pennywise. Freddy Krueger realizes it's him. It's Pennywise. He's causing this. Since Freddy can't manipulate the dream realm anymore, Freddy is afraid. He wants to know why and how he's doing this. Pennywise says it's true. It's all him doing. He brought Freddy here. He gave him some measure of control with his powers. Would be just as if they were in the real world until Freddy got a little more control. Through the fight, Pennywise is completely in control the entire time and brought them all here because he needed them. What Freddy said in the beginning is true. He does need the souls to infiltrate the real world and control and be a god, but if he himself is a sacrifice for Pennywise, all these souls, including Freddy, is meant for Pennywise. It's true he is powerful, but the Deadites' forms can only go so far. He needed them and their souls to know the memories, the fears and whatnot, to drain them such darkness and fear they've caused unto others, to keep him satisfied for a long time. Eventually, he'll be able to overthrow God, the creator of both him and Mutron. The fear Freddy feels now is delicious and tasty. He will enjoy devouring all souls and fears the most as Pennywise then begins mutating into a monster in the form and begins devouring Freddy until he's nothing but a dried husk. Time to float, Pennywise says, as he leaps out of the dream and into the real world, laying in the sky and taking over the sky with his darkness as an evil laughter goes on. I wonder if there's more out there, as Pennywise laughs maniacally. Hey everybody, this has been Walking Productions. My name is Michael Lance. If you did enjoy the video, please do like, share, and subscribe and send it around. I want to grow the channel. I'm trying to make it to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be awesome. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Please do like, share, and subscribe if you did enjoy. Who would you think to be the victor of this fight? In the title, it will be Freddy versus Jason versus Leatherface versus Michael versus Chucky, which is an interesting debate, but you tell me what you think that the winner would be. I did the Pennywise thing because I thought it'd be cool and I could involve more characters this way. Maybe next time I'll do Predator or Alien. Anyways, guys, I'm recording this days ahead. I'll release this on actual Halloween. It'll be horror fanfic fight, and it's going to be an interesting one. I hope you all did enjoy. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I'm coming out with the Dragon Ball 1, which will probably be out by now, but I'll be coming out with the Dragon Ball 1 yesterday. Now I'll come out with an original one tomorrow. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this video. If you did like, please drop a like down below, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Please do subscribe and just have a really good day. Peace.